So here is our video reviewing class expectations for this school year. My main expectation is for you to be ready to learn. To be ready to learn, you have to be prepared. So you need to come to class every day with the materials that are needed, mainly a pencil and a notebook. You need to come to class with your homework done, and you need to take notes on that homework. I need a positive attitude when you come into the classroom, and I need you to put forth effort. During a class lecture, Chromebooks should be closed, while you should have an opened ears, mind, and notebook. By open ears, no headphones and no cell phone out. An open mind, I want you asking questions whenever we're going through a class lecture. And, of course, taking notes. During class time, whenever you're asked to work independently, you need to keep on task. Use the time you have in class wisely. And complete the assignment to the best of your ability. Some things are different as far as timing goes with the way we run the classroom this year. So last year, you probably spent about 10 minutes on a bell ringer. This year, we only spend 5. We get started as soon as that bell starts, once attendance is taken and things like that. Then last year, you had about a 30-minute lecture. This year, it's been replaced with a 15-minute, somewhat of a mini lesson. It's not a full lesson. And then you would get 10 minutes of practice last year. Well, this year, you're getting about 30 minutes of practice in the classroom. And then last year's homework was more practice problems, and sometimes this would take, at least in my classroom, the intention was for it to take 20 minutes, but it would usually take about an hour if you didn't understand or if you were struggling. And this year, the homework is the other 15 minutes of a lecture. So the homework is the first 15 minutes of your 30-minute lecture from the night before, or for the school day next. So last year we had issues because kids weren't doing their practice, and that's kind of the meat of what we need you to be doing. So this year we moved that practice, and we're assuming that those of you who weren't doing your practice aren't doing your lecture now. So you're at least getting the practice in, because like I said, that's the heart of what we do in the classroom. So that is why we flipped the classroom. If you don't take advantage of that 30-minute period, then you're really going to struggle, because then you're only getting what we would consider 15 minutes of instruction, as opposed to the true hour you need every day. So what's expected on a daily basis in math? I want you to talk, I want you to work, and I want you to think. But I want you to talk about math. And I want you to work on the assignment for the day in math class, not any other subject. And finally, most importantly, I want you to think of a solution. Okay? So those are the 3 things that are expected throughout every class period. So what happens if you're not meeting these expectations? The first thing that's going to happen is a parent phone call or email, and this will happen immediately. We will either go out in the hall and make a phone call, or if your parent responds quickly to email and has asked for that option, then I'll send an email, and you will be copied on that email so that you can see what was sent. The second consequence would be 3 days of D-Hall. And the third would be an office referral, and you can go speak to an administrator about the expectations in class and how you cannot meet them. So hopefully we don't have to do any of these, but just in case we do, that's kind of the way it works. Those are the steps. So how do we be successful in math? Basically, you need to be ready and willing to learn. And you will do this if you talk about the math, think of solutions, solve problems, and work on the assignment. That's how you can be successful in math.